Hey guys, welcome back. Well, Maya 2019 today, we're going to be doing some modeling and we're going to do a low poly prop. In this case, it's going to be a hand cart, right? Here we go. This video has been made possible by Leidschendam, the creators of Keyshot. Alright guys, let's get started. So we're going to take a polygon cube and I'm going to hit R to scale that out. Something like so. Push it in a little bit. And this is of course pretty straight, and we'll keep it like that for now, and we'll tweak that later, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to hit Control D to duplicate, W to move over, and this is going to be your two sides, right? And then what we'll do is we'll take one new cube, and we're going to pull that over this direction, push it in a little bit, pull it out like so. W to bring it in like this, and then what we're going to do is jump in and we're going to move that up to about here. We're going to go to insert edge loop, option box, make sure it's set to single, so we can go in here and put one in here. Come on, let's play ball please. Come on, there you go. Yeah, so one there, one there, we'll do one there and one there, and then we'll do one, I would say about here. Okay, Q on the keyboard, we're going to go back in here, and what we're going to do is we're going to right click on a face, select this, this, and this, Control D to duplicate, sorry, not Control D to duplicate, Control E to extrude, and pull that down like so, right? Okay. So now we're going to start to create a little bit of shape here, right? So we're going to right click at a vertex, we're going to drag select all of these, we're going to hit W, we're going to start to push them down, like so. We're going to take these, hit R, push them in, like this. We'll take these, and push them out a little, and then let's see what we'll do just to make it look a little bit more wonky is we'll hit W and we'll pull this side up and we'll put that up a little bit just so it looks a little bit more playful, right? Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll take that one. You get the idea. Okay, so we have that, not too bad, maybe a bit thick. So we'll hit R, we'll push that in, and then W and move that forward and move that down a little bit. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create a floor for this, so we need a couple of boards. We'll copy one of these guys, Control D, E to rotate, hold down J, flip it around like this, and then flip it around like this. We're going to hit W, we're going to push that up, we're going to hit R and make that nice and thin, and then we're going to bring that into place. So push that in like this, like this. First we're going to look from the top, so we're going to put that into place. Of course it's sticking out too much, so we'll hit R and we'll bring that in like this. And then we'll Control D to duplicate, hit W to move, and do one, and then hit Control D again. Shift D, and Shift D, okay? Now the trick here is to make sure that they don't look all the same, right? So what you can do is add a couple of edge loops here and there, but what we'll do for now is just go in here, take a couple of these vertices, just so they don't look identical, right? You don't want that. And you get the idea. So spend some time on that, right? So we got that. And we'll go in here and we'll take the boards and ever so slightly try to rotate 1 or 2 again, because you don't want it to look that straight. Okay, so we got that. Now, of course, we need axles and we need wheels, right? So we're going to super exaggerate this because it's supposed to be a funny prop type deal. So I think what we're going to do as well is bend the floor a little bit, right? So although I wanted to do a quick video, I think we'll just add a little bit more time. And I'm going to go in here and take these vertices. Let's tweak that just a little bit, right? And then we'll go in here into edgeloop option box, multiple, set that to, I would say 3. We'll take this guy, we'll add 3, take this guy, add 3. Just so it looks a bit better, right? Okay. Q on a keyboard. So now you can go in and you can start to play with these a little bit more, right? So bring that in, and actually we want all of that, like so. And in some cases you even just can take the top one. It's kind of a cool effect. And I'll show you what I mean. So you get something like this here, which is kind of cool, right? Okay, that looks a lot better. Let's go in here and take this guy, just so nothing is perfectly straight, okay? And then we can even go as far as to go to object mode, select these guys, right? Go to mesh and combine, and then we can go in and we're just going to go to vertex, drag, select all this stuff in the middle here, hit B for soft select, hold down B, left click and drag to increase the impacted area, right? And then we're just going to have it sag a little bit just to add some realism, okay? All right, there you go. Looks a little bit better, I guess. Yep. Okay, so now we have that. We need wheels, of course. We need handles to tow it. We need axles and whatnot. So, and while we're at it, let's hit B to turn that off. And let's select this guy in object mode. And we'll go in here into vertex and just break that surface a little bit as well. Okay. Right, so for a wheel, a couple of things we can do. You can actually take a cylinder, but that wouldn't look that cool. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to mimic one. So we're going to take a cylinder, we're going to hit R, we're going to scale that up, and this is just going to be a placeholder, right? So we're going to move this over, and then I'm going to borrow one of these guys, okay? Actually, maybe not. We have to fix too much. We'll take a new cube, we'll pull that up like this, and then from the top, we're going to go in here and we're going to hit R to scale this guy. Hit W. Let's do something like this. Maybe make it thicker, like so. Control D to duplicate, W to move up. Control D again. We'll move one down here, and then we'll hit Control D again, and we'll move one down here, and then one more, Control D, and move that down here. Alright, so what are we going to do here? We're going to go in and we're going to right click on a vertex, and I'm going to start to make something that looks like a very, very rough chunk of wood that's supposed to look like a wheel. So it's supposed to be a kind of a comical prop. So you don't want this to look too clean and all that kind of stuff. It's supposed to be a little bit funny, right? So let's bring that in here. And then we'll do the same here, and we'll tweak this, of course. Let's have both. That works better. And then we got this and this. And let R, and we'll bring that in like so. And then we got these guys, so we'll bring that in and hit W and push that in. And that's basically going to be our wheel. So now we're going to take this guy, get rid of it. Take this guy, we're going to hit R, we're going to squish it in a little bit like so. And that's basically going to be our wheel, right? Now, as before, we can go in here and go to vertex, and for example, take this, hit W, kind of push that in. We'll take this one and do the same. Come on. We can go into the bottom here. We can take this, push it up a little. You get the idea, right? Just to, as before, break that surface. So we're gonna drag select this in object mode. I'm gonna go to mesh and combine, modify and center pivot. E to rotate, hold down J, come on, hold down J, and snap it upward. We're gonna bring it in, push it down, and get a sense of where we're at. So the axle is going to be somewhere around here, so that kind of makes sense. And I'm just going to tilt the whole thing, kind of like that, right? And then we're going to Control D to duplicate. We'll hit W. We'll move on over here and rotate it the other way. Okay. Now, we don't want the wheels facing identically, so we're going to rotate this a little bit. And that makes sense, right? Okay, so now we need an axle for this thing. So for that, we'll take a polygon cylinder. And let's keep that very low poly, right? So we're going to hit E to rotate it, hold down J, flip it 90 degrees, W to push it up. We're going to Control A for the attribute editor. We're going to go in, set this to 5 subdivision levels, and then we're going to hit R. We're going to stretch this out like so. We're going to do a few in height so we can play with it. And then we're going to hit W, and we're going to push that into place. R to scale it down again. And let's have a look. Right. So we're going to hit W. We're going to bring that in here. Make it a bit thinner, most likely. Yeah, that's not too bad. We'll stretch that out. Okay, let's have a look, see what we got. Okay, now we need that to be in the middle of the wheel, of course, and that's fine because we have to bend this thing anyway. It's going to, again, be something that's supposed to look kind of funny. So that's going to be coming out of there somewhere. And this guy. That's about right. And then we can go in here and take all of that and kind of push it down, which means that we'll have to take these and push that down a bit. And from a technical standpoint, this is complete nonsense, of course, but it doesn't matter. That's not what this is about, right? Okay, so that looks kind of crooked, which is kind of the idea. We're gonna warp that in maybe, or out even a little bit, like that. So we need a couple of handles, and I might want to trim this up a bit. So what we're gonna do here is go into Insert Edge Loop, which is still set to multiple, but that's not bad per se. We might need to use that. Q on the keyboard, we're going to go to edge. I'm going to take this edge and kind of raise that up a little like so. And we'll do the same here. Looks a bit cooler, I think. Yep. And we're going to create a couple of handles here. So I think we're going to borrow this guy, right? Control T to duplicate. We're going to hit W. We're going to move that out here. We're going to hit E to rotate. Hold on J and flip that. And we need to decide whether we want 1 or 2. And I guess 1 is kind of cool. We'll have to straighten it out a bit. So let's go to vertex. Let's push that down. Get towards something that is at least somewhat straight. Okay. We're going to go in here. We're going to move that in. Something like this. Let's move that up. That's kind of cool. And what we're going to do next is we're going to go in here and extend it a little bit. So we're going to grab these faces and then deselect these. Control E to extrude. Let's pull that out. That will be about the right length. Okay. And then what we need is a kind of handle for that so it can be pulled. So let's take this guy. Control D once again. Let's pull that out. E to rotate. Hold on J like this. We need W. We're going to push that in here. We're going to jump to the top. Going to right click at a face. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Take this and kind of move it in the middle like so. And then we're going to go in and we're going to close that up. So we're going to go to edge. Double click. Mesh fill hole, and then right click at a face, edit mesh and poke to get rid of that n-gon. We're going to go to edge at this end, mesh fill hole, edit mesh poke face. Oop, just this face please. Alright. So now that we have that, what you can do is put some straps around here if you like. For that, we're going to take a polygon torus. And we're going to go to the attribute editor and let's set this to 5 and 5. Let's see here. Okay, 5 and 7. That's right. Okay, so we're going to get this guy, we're going to E to rotate, hold on J, flip it like this. We're going to hit W, we're going to bring that in and bring that in. I have to frame that, R to scale it down quite a bit. E to rotate that a little bit. And we're just going to move this into place like so. And then we're going to Control D to duplicate, E to rotate, hold on J, flip the other way around like so. And then we'll take this guy, hit W, raise it up a bit. Alright, so we have that. Let's see what else we can do here. We are going to create a little peg for the wheel axle there. So let's see if we need to tweak this a little bit. I think so, just to make it look better. So I got these. I'm going to scale this up a little and hit W and pull that out a little. And the reason why I want to do that is so I can go in and take a polygon cube, pull that out here, R to scale that up. Let's go to face, let's scale that up, and then take the whole thing, make it nice and thin, W to push that in here, and the idea is that that is supposed to stick through like this. Let's make it a bit thinner, just so it sells a little bit better, right? Let's tweak the angle here. That's kind of hard to do from this view. So let's try and do that manually. Like that. Yeah, good. And then we'll take this guy, Control D to duplicate, W to move to the other end. We're going to take this, go to face, let's drag select these faces, and then deselect these. Hit R, scale it up quite a bit. Take this guy, E to rotate it the other way around, W to kind of move it into place, and then after frame that, we don't want the same angle here, so we're going to hit E to rotate it. And let's just get this guy somewhat sorted. Yeah, looks kind of cool. Okay, so we have that all going on, and this wheel looks funky as hell. That's kind of cool. So yeah, we have that. Now what we can do next is once again borrow this guy, Control D to duplicate, E to rotate, hold on J, move it upright, W, move it in here, and move it up, and we're gonna hit R, and we're gonna scale the whole thing down a little bit. So what I want to do here is bring that in, move it over somewhere around here, probably attached to the back maybe, like so. And then we'll hit Control D to do another one. Put that in here. And of course we can't have these look identical, so I'm going to have to rotate one of them. So we'll have that, right? Which looks kind of okay, I guess. Yep. And then what we'll do is we'll take this once again, Control D to duplicate, W to move up, and we're going to make a cross section. So hit R, scale it down a bit, W to move that up, out and back like this, and maybe tilt it a little. And then with Control D to duplicate this guy, W to move that out, rotate it a little bit, which will screw up that angle completely, which is okay. We'll fix that. Let's see. That's pretty good. Like that. And then just to be, let's get this in here, just to be clear on making this stable, I'll take one of these and I'll hit Control D again, E to rotate, hold on J, hit W, move that up, and we're going to have that in here. Let me just rotate that into place somewhat. So let's hit W, let's bring that down like that, and then bring it in like this. All right. So we got all that in place. What we can do is use a couple of these guys if we like. This and this. And we'll go to Mesh and Combine. We'll hit Control D to duplicate. Let's move that back, move that up. After frame. And as always, guys, take your time to do this properly, right? I hope you understand that I'm just doing quick and dirty to give you a sense of how you can do this, and that this is not what it would look like if you put the time in, right? So just put that in here. All right. So that will basically give you something like this. Again, it's intended to give you inspiration to come up with something like this, and that's what this is intended for, right? So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and see you guys next time. Bye.